Hello everyone again, Mike Rimland here, the Plant Hunter at Costa Farms, and remember, that's Plant Hunter, not hunted. Nobody wants to be hunted, that's for sure. Here today we're going to talk about another variety that we started releasing, I don't know, 2-3 months ago. Kind of a cool new one that is fun, different, kind of wild looking. Let me pick it up here. Hurricane Fern, Asplenium, whatever. You know, Asplenium again, back to this Latin stuff. Antiquum is the species. It's totally a mutation. Again, just remembered by Hurricane Fern. I mean, even me, doing this my whole life, I try to stick to the common names. Obviously, I know the species and the variety, the genus. But what's cool about this one, and again, like I said, it's clearly a mutation. The way the leaves are going all over the place. And that was what, when we saw this plant, we loved about it. There's a whole bunch of Aspleniums out there. And this, again, species, a couple species that are out there that bird nest fern, you know, is again the common ones, you know, the leaves are straight up rolling. There's another one called, that I worked on about 25 years ago called Victoria. Great indoor plant. This thing, besides being fun, again, I always like to use a tagline. The tagline on this one is fun. You know, it's different. It's not, we didn't do anything to it. We didn't train it differently so that it does, these leaves go all wild all over the place. It's just wild and happy. It's one of those kind of plants. It's even having fun itself. So that's kind of a cool thing. But definitely the positive thing about bird nest ferns, in this case Hurricane Fern, is they're just really, really tough. They're really good indoors. They can probably be at the 4 feet away from an east or west window, you know, and they do very well. As you guys know, I always try to, again, remind everybody, if you want your plants to thrive, you need to have them within, you know, somewhere between 3 feet or less in a east or west window, no curtains or drapes. Obviously the curtain drapes would kill the whole point of being in the window, and no big oak tree outside the window. And I know I've repeated this on different YouTube videos that I've done, but I like to just keep, you know, pushing that point that the plants, they need light. They need at least a 100-foot candle, and they prefer 300 or 400, 500-foot candle. Again, through glass though. These are all shade plants, so we don't mean outside, on the outside of that east or west window. I should point that out. They need the filtered light from the glass. So, but fun variety. Doesn't move a lot of water. It's pretty interesting. Slow use of water, absorption, translocation, transpiration of the water is pretty slow. No insect issues at all that we've seen at all on them, even in our indoor trials. Disease, no diseases that we've noticed before. I think this is one that could be really good for people that are just getting into indoor plants. They want a low maintenance plant. It's not a drama type plant. It's easy to take care of in that regard, the watering wise. You'll know if it starts to get really dry. The leaves, as I've mentioned in a previous YouTube video, they'll start to get a little grayish color. They'll lose that shine, and the green will kind of fade out. But you'll notice it way before them. So one of the things people ask us is, does it always spin? Is that clockwise? Let me think about that. Yeah, clockwise. And it's a funny story, but I'm going to bring this one up. You'll like this one. Well, on this side of the equator, it turns clockwise. Maybe a bunch of people have heard this before. That toilets, when you flush a toilet on this side of the equator, because the magnetic force, people tell you this, the toilet turns to the right. But on south side of the equator, it goes the other way because the magnetic force goes the other way. Now you hear this story, you can Google it. That's what Google's there for. One of the things you can ask people, do you think it's going to turn? It's not true. Do a trivia if you buy the plant at your house. Yeah, the background on this variety, Hurricane Fern, is actually, I don't know where it was found, but the plant was developed in the Netherlands. And that's where we get our little baby plants from the Fern company there that does them. So, but I'm not sure of the history on if it was just a mutation they found there. I would think so, because we've seen other mutations in the bird nest fern group at Asplenium. So that's a little bit of the background. So we don't always find plants again in the middle of nowhere in Africa or Asia or South America. It doesn't have to be like that. It can also be plants that are developed by a real well-known commercial developer of plants, and doesn't have to be bred. So plants come from all different places. But it's a great indoor plant. Again, definitely I call it a beginner's plant. It doesn't turn in the windows, so you don't have that tilting issue where you have to turn it a lot. But fun plant, and again, Look for it in your stores. Great indoor plant. Thank you very much.